Kate Spade, Anthony Bourdain, and skyrocketing suicide rates in Minnesota.
This week's news cycle is bringing a difficult topic to the forefront. Celebrity chef and TV host Anthony Bourdain was found dead in his hotel room while filming in France. Bourdain's authentic, no-frills personality nourished the curiosity and sense of adventure in millions around the world. His passion inspired many to travel, try new foods, and spark conversation about culture and society. Anthony Bourdain leaves behind an 11-year-old daughter. The CDC says suicide is becoming a much bigger problem in Minnesota. Rates have increased by more than 40% in just the last 2 decades.
Bill Hudson joins us now with really these disturbing statistics here.
Just terrible, and you said it right, too, that this is just a very difficult topic to talk about, and that's part of the problem. But, you know, unlike heart disease or cancer maybe, mental health does not get the research or the funding of other diseases, but that stigma just simply needs to stop if we're ever going to reverse this troubling trend.
We can't wait any longer.
As Executive Director of SAVE, Suicide Awareness Voices of Education, Dr. Daniel Reitenberg knows the terrible cost of not dealing with our mental health.
These numbers tell us that we can't ignore this anymore. We can't shove it aside that mental health isn't serious and that it doesn't impact all of us, because it really does impact all of us.
Nationwide, 123 people a day die by suicide. That's nearly 3 times as many as are murdered.
I still feel the stigma. I'm embarrassed that that happened to me.
Lee Wolf Bloom survived a suicide attempt 24 years ago. Now, the noted author and mental health practitioner is helping others confront their fears and ultimately understand it is treatable.
You can get out of depression and mental health.
But she says we all need to be more aware of trouble and more caring of those with irrational thoughts.
And if they're saying things like, I'm thinking about dying or I have a plan, you go and take them. Not just say, hey, you need to go get help. You take them to the nearest hospital. You call the suicide prevention line. You go with them and walk alongside them and be help for them.
Mental health is very treatable.
Dr. Reitenberg says progress will start when the stigma stops.
That these are real, true illnesses, and they're not something that is made up. There's not something that just somebody can decide to get over tomorrow. We might start making progress around it.
Now, what's really telling here is that after a major figure takes their life, say like a Robin Williams, Kate Spade, or Anthony Bourdain, you might think donations would pour into groups like SAVE or NAMI, or benefit walks in their honor would attract huge crowds. Sadly, that just doesn't happen, and that is the stigma we need to get over.
Yes.
Hopefully that's a silver lining that leads to that, but I love the fact that he said, you know, it's very treatable.
Extremely treatable.
And you can help people.
Yeah, you just need to reach for help, and if a person isn't going to get help themselves, you need to take them there.
All right. Good to know, Bill.
You bet.
Thank you.
And as a resource to help you better understand and start these difficult conversations, we organize a Q&A with our WCCO Facebook community. The National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI as it's known, answered your questions. In it, we learned for a quarter of suicidal people, it comes down to just 5 minutes, the time between the decision and the action. NAMI told Jason DeRusha, deciding to reach out to someone is key in slowing down or stopping that thought process. We put this video and some resources for a free Question, Persuade, Refer workshop at WCCO.com and on our Facebook page. There are also people available 24/7 for anyone who needs help. Text 741-741 or dial 800-273-8255. That's 800-273-TALK.